Welcome to webbikeworld.com. This is a quick look at the Snapjack portable motorcycle jack. Be sure to read the full webbikeworld.com review on this product because there are quite a few tricks to getting it right. The Snapjack is a portable lift for chain maintenance when you're on travel. The kit includes a carrying bag, 2 anti-slide squares, and a front brake lever holder. The brake lever holder is important because it helps prevent the bike from rolling forward. Something not in the instructions, but that you might want to consider, is to secure the side stand to prevent it from folding by using a rubber hold down or ratchet strap. Each motorcycle is different and some have very sketchy side stands, so make sure you think this through and use lots of caution before you use a lift of this type. Note also that this big Suzuki V-Strom 1000 ABS project bike is probably the worst case scenario, as the bike is tall and heavy. On a smooth garage floor, using one of the rubber pads may help also to prevent the side stand from slipping as the bike is lifted. It will take some trial and error and lots of practice to determine the correct amount of angle to lift your motorcycle. You don't want to lift it too much or too little, just enough to rotate the wheel. So again, use lots of caution with this product, and it's a good idea to have a friend help hold the bike until you feel comfortable using the Snapjack. The trick is finding the correct angle and the right distance from the tire to the foot of the Snapjack. This will be different on each bike. One problem we discovered is that the bike may slide when you try to lift it on a smooth garage floor. But in your garage you should use a rear swing arm stand anyway, and we have several reviews of those on webbikeworld.com. The bike's suspension settings may also affect how much lift is required. The Snapjack is height adjustable within 4 range settings. The serrated foot should be kept as parallel to the ground as possible. Here's something important. There's a pinch point here, and even though we were aware of this, I still got bit when the Snapjack closed, and it can take a nice chunk out of your palm. So be careful. Using a foot is better, but because of the angle required to push the Snapjack, it's difficult. We suggest carrying a heavy leather work glove to use instead, or you may be able to use your motorcycle gloves in a pinch. Yep, that's a pun. Again, the trick is finding the sweet spot that lifts the bike just enough to turn the wheel, but not too much that the bike will fall over. It takes quite a bit of trial and error, but once you've done it a few times on different surfaces, it becomes easier. When you finally get it right, it feels scary as the bike lifts. This is why it's a good idea to have a helper or two as you experiment. Now the V-Strom is lifted just enough to rotate the wheel for some chain maintenance or wheel cleaning. Of course, this bike has a center stand, which obviates the need for the Snapjack anyway, but this is just an illustration. Note also that the swing arm is at an angle, so only a portion of the Snapjack head is used to hold the weight. The foot also doesn't sit wholly on the floor. Perhaps it should have been designed with more of an angle to account for this. There's also a strap on the Snapjack that you pull to release it. So that's a quick look at the Snapjack portable lift. There's a lot more to this, so be sure to read the full review with photos and details on webbikeworld.com. Thanks for watching.